Alright, Watch Dogs Legion Online. I apologise for how I look. I know I look like I've just got out of bed, which in reality I have. I've just gotten out of bed and I hopped straight onto Watch Dogs Legion Online to do this video. Of course, I've just entered my own Christmas holiday, of course. Well, I say my own. Everybody's in the Christmas holiday at this point. So apologies for this not coming out earlier than I said it would, but either way, it's here, we're doing it, and I'm not doing this video concise either, for anybody who was expecting that. Again, apologies for that, but if Ubisoft aren't putting enough time and effort to really maximize the potential of this, then I'm not going to put enough time and effort in to actually give them the time of day and give it a proper review. So, Watch Dogs Legion, I really liked the single player. I did mention that in the video I did a while ago. But online is a completely different story. I'm actually on my phone right now, looking up when it came out, because I know they said it would come out in December and it never did. Here we go, March 9th. So that is problem number one. Watch Dogs Legion Online was delayed to the 9th of March. But here's the thing, it wasn't even ready then. So they must not have had any sort of development in online when they released this game. I think Watch Dogs Legion was rushed. As much as I love the single player, there were a few problems with that. I think the game crashed 3 times for me during my my playthrough, and even during this little video clip that I've got, which is 22 minutes, the game crashes. Right, the game crashed right before I was about to record this video. So yeah, to this day online is still broken, but of course that's just skipping ahead. Let's explain why I heavily dislike online, because mate, I try to get TJ on this, but even TJ knows that this game is... I say even TJ. TJ accepted it before I did because he doesn't care about Watch Dogs as much as I do. I'm pretty passionate about this franchise. The original Watch Dogs being one of my favourite games ever. Watch Dogs 2 being a decent game. You know, no, it's a good game. I just hated the story. But yeah, after those two being good games, and I did say this in my last video on Legion, the 1 year later video, that Legion felt more like a side game. It felt, it was almost as if it had a different development team. Not that the game was bad, it just didn't feel like Watch Dogs 1 and 2 at all. It felt a lot more low budget. I feel like Ubisoft gave them a lot less of a budget to work on Legion than they did Watch Dogs 1 and 2, because 1 and 2 feel like fully fledged games at this point. If you go back to the first Watch Dogs, if you go back to Watch Dogs 2, they feel like big games. Those two games match Grand Theft Auto 5, you know, in terms of content, how much content is in it. The worlds of Watch Dogs 1 and 2 are actually better than GTA 5. Mainly because GTA 5 is just a bunch of highways outside of Los Santos. It's just, even you play San Andreas and you notice how boring the GTA 5 map can be, but that's GTA 5. With this Legion, the world is good, so of course I was looking forward to playing online with TJ. I remember as far back as 2018 talking with TJ, seeing the trailers for Watch Dogs Legion. We were so hyped to play this game together online. So when it got delayed past December, I mean, TJ didn't have the game yet, so it didn't really, we weren't really fussed. But I was, obviously. I wanted to play online. I wanted to do so much more content on this game than I actually have done, you know? And I'm so disappointed with Watch Dogs Legion Online, to the point that I don't even think I'm ever going to play it again, you know? As you saw from the beginning of this clip, Season 4 is out now. So I played through the entirety of Season 1. Season 1's pass was actually pretty good, in my opinion. In terms of the content you could unlock, I thought it was pretty good. But of course, at launch, when it finally came out on March 9th, the game was utterly broken. I remember the ambulances were completely fucked. Like, you'd get paramedics that would like fall out or phase out of the car and then just start T-posing in the middle of the road. It was utterly broken, but even at the time, I tried to give them the benefit of the doubt because I did really, and I do really love Watch Dogs Legion's single player and Bloodline as well, even though I've not completed it yet. The hour plus that I've played a Bloodline so far, and we will go back to complete that as well. The hour plus that I played of Bloodline a couple weeks ago, I thoroughly enjoyed, perhaps even more than I have the single player story. But yeah, I just don't have the motivation to play online because it's just so broken and it's so boring. You know, I don't understand how on earth you could accomplish making Watch Dogs boring, but I mean, it's Ubisoft. These guys create Assassin's Creed, you know, so of course it's boring. But this is another level because at least Assassin's Creed, it's a functionable game. Online is broke. It's completely broken. So let's talk about our game modes, shall we? You've got co-op missions, tactical ops, Spider-Bot PvP, which is the least broken game mode here, but that's because it doesn't really feature any of the free roaming stuff. It's just controlling bots, really. What else we got? Invasion, which they brought back recently in Season 3, which I had a lot of hope for Season 3 when that came out, because that came out with, what, Bloodline? So everything surrounding Bloodline, so you could play as, of course, right here, Aiden Pierce, Wrench, etc. And I was really hyped for it. Me and TJ, when we last played Legion together, that was Season 3, so that included Invasion and... Legion of the Dead. It included Watch Dogs Legion of the Dead, which we had a lot of fun with, if I remember rightly. So that was always good. So yeah, I'm not sure about TJ's side of it because TJ didn't really have enough hope in Legion in the first place. He didn't really like it that much from the get-go, but that's because of online for the most part. There was really not much to do in online. The times we did play, we did have a lot of fun. We made some good memories in this game, most outside of YouTube as well. I'm glad we got the experience of being able to play Legion together, but this, look at that. It just, sometimes you can't even join game modes at all without it having an issue, and it happens later on in this clip when I tried to do an invasion. I just, why? I was trying the bare minimum today to get some content for you guys to watch while I talk about it. But I couldn't even connect to them, and I thought, why not? I'm not going to try it again. I'm going to show you guys legitimately what the state online is in. Now, don't get me wrong. It is in a much better state to how it was at the beginning of Season 1. Don't get me wrong at all. But, it really hasn't changed enough from Season 1. So, let's talk about these co-op missions, shall we? Because we're about to go into them in the video clip here. They're okay, I guess. And that's when they work. See, the issue with Watch Dogs, for the most part, is the difficulty. It has always been difficult. Even on the easiest difficulties, Watch Dogs has been hard as nails. Well, not hard as nails, but it has some semblance of difficulty, which, for the first 2 games, was great. It was great. Because, at times GTA and Red Dead, they can get so easy. Same with Saints Row. Oh my... I've been playing Saints Row the 3rd. It is piss easy. I might have to up the difficulty, but whatever. Saints Row the 3rd, that's another series we need to finish, along with Watch Dogs Legion Bloodline. Really easy. So, Watch Dogs having that difficulty... Sorry about my hair. Again, I've just gotten out of bed. Having that difficulty in the Watch Dogs games has always been good, you know? But with Legion, it's a big issue because you don't have the arsenal that Aiden Pierce has in the first game. You don't have the arsenal that Marcus Holloway, Wrench, etc. had in the second game, or T-Bone has in Bad Blood. You don't have that. You have these random operatives with stun guns that obviously, I think for online, the whole recruiting anybody thing is a great idea. But like I said, for the single player, we have to have a main character in the next game if they're doing that. Because Bloodline shows the potential. Bloodline really shows the potential that Legion could have. I mean, Legion as a single player was great anyway, but Bloodline, I've been playing through that, and I've already enjoyed it a lot more than at least 75% of the Legion story. And I liked Legion's main story, you know? So that said something. But online suffers the issue where you don't have these things unless you paid for them. So, of course, if you have Aiden Pierce, you have that full arsenal of weaponry. Or if you really search high and low for operatives. Either way, well, not either way, what's the word for it? If you don't have those operatives, you're going to be using the guys with the shitty stun pistol, the stun SMG, etc., which really don't cause enough damage at all. And in Watch Dogs, especially Legion, the damage you take you're so quick to die. This game, the time to kill in Watch Dogs Legion needed work anyway. It was fine for the story, but my god, in this game, in online, it is so utterly stupid how difficult they make some of these. And this is the normal co-op mission. I didn't even try Tactical Ops, but I can tell you how bad Tactical Ops is. It is twice as bad, you know? You get swarmed with enemies, with a piss poor objective that takes ages. Like, we're only like 65% through, and I end up dying in this. Like, you see how slow this percentage goes up. We've got enemies, if you look on the mini-map, coming front, left, right, and center, and behind, you know? And it gets so difficult that it's just not fun, you know? That's the thing with Watch Dogs Legion Online. It's not fun. And that is the biggest disappointment of Watch Dogs Legion for me. Like, I want to give you guys more money. I mean, look at Fall Guys. You know, look at Fall Guys. That game never disappoints me, and I pay it back by actually paying for some microtransactions. I don't need to. I can earn this shit in-game, you know? But I buy the skins because I feel like Devolver or Mediatonic, whoever's making it, I feel like they deserve the money, because Fall Guys is never disappointed me. But Watch Dogs Legion, I bought Bloodline because it's actually good and I felt like they deserve the money. But I want to buy certain skins in this game, like the Legacies bundle, which have new versions of Aiden, Wrench, and Jackson. I think I'm still going to buy that because I think I'm going to replay through Legion at some point on the channel. I really want to do that. I don't know when I'm going to be able to do that. Maybe I'll do that next year in the summer holidays when I actually have a big amount of time. But yeah, I want to do that, but I feel like they just don't deserve it. I'm going to do it anyway because, I mean, the skins look great. Unless support for the game gets cut off, then maybe I'll probably not. But either way, I want to buy these microtransactions. And granted, the microtransactions in this game in particular aren't actually that bad. The most expensive thing is, what, £40? In terms of, like, buying in-game currency, the gold. Which is already better than what Red Dead Online does, and it's better than what Grand Theft Auto Online does. So it's already a bonus there. But the difference between Red Dead and GTA with Watch Dogs Legion is that Watch Dogs Legion just doesn't work properly. It doesn't function. The online doesn't anyway. Like, people were divided over the story mode for Watch Dogs Legion anyway. Like, you either loved it or you hated it. Me, I just liked it. I don't love Watch Dogs Legion's story. I just like it. I dislike Watch Dogs 2's story, and I love Watch Dogs 1. And I want to love Legion, and there are things in this game that I do love, like the location of the game. Of course I'd love that. I'm British myself, you know? And being able to play in London, like just the prospect of that when it was revealed in 2018, or was it 2019? I don't know. Just the prospect of that excited me and TJ. Like, the trailers for this game, the initial trailers were so exciting, and I cannot believe they could screw that up so bad. Of course, the single player should have been better, okay? You can like the single player. There are things within the single player that you can love, you know? And I am one of those people. I really liked Watch Dogs Legion's story, to the point I think it's inevitable that I will replay through it at some point. And that's more than can be said for Watch Dogs 2. I will most likely never replay through that game unless it is with TJ, because you can play through the story of that on multiplayer, which is another thing over Legion. What Legion Online should have been is not its own mode. I think they just should have started off with the basics. They really just should have. Where you can do the story missions together. That is something that we were expecting, and it's something that should have been done. But instead, you get just a bare bones online with the free roam missions, which are just like you get the delivery missions, which were a big way of making XP. Those got nerfed, obviously, but that was the big thing what people did in Season 1. And I mean, I could tolerate it for Season 1, but from Season 2 onwards, the game just hasn't changed enough at all. It just hasn't changed enough. And it's so disappointing. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, because I clearly haven't written a script, because the game isn't worth a script. The online mode, just quite frankly, just isn't worth it. And I just don't know what else to say. It's just so utterly... It's heartbreaking, because I put so much support into this, and now a year on, I'm finally leaving it, you know? The chances of me playing Watch Dogs Legion Online ever again are significantly slim. Like, I don't want to play this anymore. I just don't want to play it. It's bad, okay? It's so poorly made. I don't care how much Ubisoft respond to people on Twitter and Instagram, etc., which is all fine and dandy, but if your game isn't working properly, that I don't give a fucking shit if you responded to fans. I'd rather you be like Rockstar and not respond to anything, but still provide functioning updates, because whatever you want to say about GTA Online's updates, like as boring as a lot of them are, at least they work, you know? At least they work, and at least it's a good way to make money, and at least it's something you can do, something new to do. In Legion, the money doesn't mean anything other than clothing, so you can't buy cars, you can't buy properties, which I know isn't a staple of Watch Dogs, and I know if they did that, people would say they were copying GTA, but I think if they did that, it would definitely provide a lot more players. Let's be real. Watch Dogs Legion Online should have been fucking free to play a year ago. Okay? Let's be fucking honest. Because, I mean, it needs to go free to play. That is the only thing that can really save this game at this point, because I doubt there's many people actually even playing this. I mean, you can still find players in this game, which really surprises me anyway, because this just doesn't work. Did I just spit at the camera? I did. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. And now, oh my god, I need someone to clean this up. Shall I just get my shirt? Oh my god. Sorry about that. Hold up a sec. Right, is that better? I think so. Right, yeah, so where was I? Watch Dogs Legion needs to go free to... Well, the online, they need to make it standalone. And don't sell it, of course, on disc, because you just don't have the fan base for that anymore, quite frankly. Watch Dogs... It's always been divisive, but I think everybody can agree that this just isn't enough anymore. This is not good at all. Watch Dogs 1's online is more enjoyable than this, and you don't have anything to do in the first Watch Dogs Online. I need to make a video on that. But you don't even have anything to do in that, and it's just... It's more enjoyable, simply because Watch Dogs as a game is better than Legion anyway, but... Yeah, the fact that that is more enjoyable when this game should have... This game should have every advantage, but Watch Dogs 2 is better in online because you can do the story missions together, and Legion should have done that, quite frankly. That should have been the first thing Legion did. That should have been there at launch, you know? One of my favourite things about Saints Row the Third and Saints Row 4 was that you could do the story together. I mean, me and TJ at some point will probably play Saints Row the Third together, or maybe I'll just finish Saints Row the Third and then ask him, oh, maybe you could get Saints Row 4. Either way, me and TJ are going to play through Saints Row sooner or later, one of those games, because it's a big deal, you know, being able to play story missions together, it's a big deal. It's better than GTA Online, but in terms of this, there's just nothing to do, you know? You can't do story missions together. You've got bare bones co-op missions with a story that nobody fucking cares about. I barely care about it, and I know the backstory to Legion, you know? I know about Clan Kelly. I know about Albion. I've played through the single player. Playing through the single player should give you an advantage in online over knowing what's going on in the story. But quite frankly, it seems as though the people working online don't even fucking know what's going on, you know? It's as if it's a standalone project. I think, isn't online set after the story mode? I don't know, but either way, I think it is. But either way, it just doesn't feel important. It's just worthless. And that's pretty much what Watch Dogs Legion Online is. It's just worthless now, you know? And I think even Ubisoft know this at this point. Like, they're not supporting it, quite frankly. I don't know what's happening. Like, I just tried to join Invasion here, and it doesn't work, you know? No targets available. Like, why put me through all these loading screens, you know? I don't know. Either way, I'm done with Watch Dogs Legion Online. Ubisoft appear to be done with online because they're not fucking doing anything, and they're even repeating passes at this point. So quite frankly, I'm fucking done with online, and I'm done here. Bye.